It's week 26 of the ToastieLabs devlog. We've been doing this for almost half a year, now, which is mad if you think about it, really. Lee is off today, so you just got me today. We'll be back in tomorrow, though, so that's when we're doing the full sprint planning session we usually do on a Monday. But generally, the gist for this week is we've got the Safari book coming out for Colour and Pixels on Friday, so we need to finish off that. That'll be the majority of Lee's week, I expect. I'm going to jump on it today just to do some testing, just so we're not as close to the wire as we are. But yeah, other than that, I'm going to be sorting localization for hexceed. Hopefully we'll get some translations back from the translation company that we sent off last week. And I'm also going to be looking at finishing off the editor tools for the DLC, the new spinning mechanic for the DLC, because all things going well, Lee will be starting to build another world next week for that. So that's basically going to be the week.
Sea monkeys up there. You probably won't be able to see them. Oh, hang on, you can actually, just. But they're tiny little sea monkeys now, swimming around. The water's cleared up a lot as well, which is something I was worried about. But yeah, you can see them swimming around. So I've just been going through all the images that Lee's prepped for the Safari book. I just came across something that I thought was quite funny. It's a problem that we haven't really had before. But yeah, we've got this lovely image here, and on the surface it seems fine. But then, if you look at this, and then compare it to what it's like in game, it's just completely invisible. See, it's just basically the exact same color as the background. I can't even tell the difference. Yeah, so I'm going to change that. Surprised I haven't come across that one before. Yeah, so it's just past 5:30 now. Time's been getting on. I've spent I spent all the day working on this new Safari book for Colour and Pixels, just testing every level and making any changes to the levels as needed. There's been quite a few changes I've had to make. I think 8 of the levels needed modifying in some way, but job's done now. We just need 3 more levels sorted before Friday, which I'm sure Lee will be able to take care of. Yeah, good stuff.
Lee, you're back. Do you have a nice couple of days off?
Yeah, it's a good weekend, good long weekend, just chilled, literally done nothing, but it's good.
Yeah, we just had our sprint planning for the week, day later than usual, but it's fine. And the plan is, I'm going to be working on hexceed editor tools and just getting basically just making it as easy as possible for Lee to make levels as possible. I keep saying possible. Yeah, and then hopefully localization as well. Odd bits of that around the week as well. But Lee, what are you doing?
Yeah, beginning of the week is going to be getting the Clone Pixels DLC finished up. Hopefully get it done by tomorrow, but we'll see where we're going. Cause got a few more pictures I have to do, try and get it done today, and then get everything else that's required tomorrow. And then if that's all done by the end of tomorrow, I'll be making a start on the next DLC pack for hexceed. Start getting some levels built, start getting a foot in the door for that.
Starting to feel routine now.
It is.
It's strange, isn't it?
Guess I've just fed them a little bit of, I think it's algae, dried algae. You see them swimming towards it. Yeah, so it's just after lunchtime, and I've just got an email through saying that the translations have been completed. So here they are. It's all filled out now. They filled out this spreadsheet with all the translations for the 10 different languages. Excel doesn't show it very well, but I've imported it all into Unity, and this looks a bit nicer. It's actually got the proper characters, and yeah, I'm super pleased. I can't understand any of it, obviously, but when you're actually playing the game, it actually looks alright. So yeah, so this is English, everything seems normal as the game is at the moment, and then with this little drop down you can change it to something like Japanese, for example, and all the text changes as you'd expect. There's still a couple of areas where it needs fixing, like there's some completed tiles and the keyring binds and stuff, but you can see the general gist of what we're after. And yeah, I was expecting when I imported it there would be loads of formatting issues, but there tends to be not that much actually. So yeah, I'm super pleased. I think what I'm going to spend the rest of the day doing now, though, because I've been struggling to get anything done this morning, to be honest. I'm going to take the localizations and set up the store pages, I think, in various different languages.
Yeah, it's getting late in the afternoon now. It's 6:15. I've just finished up doing the dev blog, and the video's all ready to go. I haven't started the export yet, because it will slow down the PC if I start that now, and I intend to keep it working at the minute. So, I'm going to finish up the Safari book. I say there's only 3 images left to get. If we can get all 3 of them in today, that'll leave ample time tomorrow to get all the extra tasks done, to get this ready for the rest of the week, and also give us time to test those last 3 images as well. Morning, Rob!
Morning, Lee.
Morning. It's Wednesday. I just had our daily stand-up. It's Wednesday. It's because I had a day off. You've lost track.
That'll be it. Yep, it's your fault.
Yeah, just had a daily stand-up to go what's happening. I finished adding the images to the DLC book last night, so I've got all 20 images in the Safari book. So we're going to get those tested today, last 3 images. Other than that's going to be all the sort of what we call sniping tasks. So getting the achievements up, getting all the minor stuff on Steam, like adding to the DLC bundle, and all that good stuff. So it'll be a lot of small tasks, but it's all just rounding up, getting the Safari pack ready to be released on Friday. We should hopefully get all that done today. If I finish early, probably going to make some hexceed levels just to get a head start on it, but we'll see how we get on. Bobby, you, Rob? What's your plans?
Yeah, so yesterday I got a bit distracted with the localization stuff, so we got all of that back from the translators, so I spent a lot of the time on the store pages just entering data onto the Steam store pages. Yeah, so I didn't actually get around to doing any of the editor stuff that I said I would, so I'm going to be doing that today. And it's especially since you'll be moving on to hexceed soon, I need to get that sorted really. So just editor stuff, fun.
Yeah, so the sea monkeys are getting a little bit bigger now. See them, they're all swimming at the bottom there. I think that's where all the food's landed, but yeah, I think they're getting bigger. I might just be imagining it.
So just after lunch, I finished all of the morning YouTube tasks. There's a couple of edits to make. Everything's uploaded and ready for tomorrow and Friday. Rob's also pushed the images to the build, so I've got all 20 images in game now. Just going to test the last 3 that I've done yesterday, but there's only 3 to do. 2 of them are quite small, so it shouldn't take too long. And once the testing is complete, I'm going to go on to do the achievements. So it's a bit later in the afternoon. It's 1:45. As you can see here, I've gone on to doing the achievements. I've just finished testing all the images, or at least all the new images in the pack. There's only 1 image that needed changing, and there was literally 3 pixels that needed changing, so it wasn't too bad. Going on to do the achievements now. I've done the main one, and now I just need to go ahead and get all these images, put into little achievement icons, and get them uploaded to Steam. So that's what we're going to start doing now.
Yes, it's the afternoon now. I spent most of the morning working on the auto tester, trying to get that working properly again, and I think it's all working fine now. I ran the auto test all scene. It takes about 40 minutes now, so the time has gone up, but all the levels are passing now, so we know that every level is possible, which is great. Also managed to do a couple of extra things, like made this editor window, save whenever a change is made, just so when Miso inevitably turns Lee's PC off, that progress isn't lost as much. Yeah, there were a couple of other things as well, like if you painted some start tiles on and then you painted over those tiles with like normal tiles for whatever, when you press test or view, they would still be counted as start tiles. The same thing happened for gates. But yeah, anyway, that's fixed now, so that's not an issue. Yeah, but after that, I've been making some good progress with the localization stuff. So yesterday, as well as getting the store pages stuff done, I re-imported all of the languages into the localization system in Unity. You can see all that's working fine. Yeah, so there were 2 main issues really. When I did a build, there was a lot of error spam, and people have actually been getting that error spam in live right now. And I didn't know what the issue was. The errors I was getting were not helpful at all. But I think I managed to fix that. So what I did was I basically had to take out all of the localization systems that we've imported into Unity and then re-import them all again. And that involves, it just involved a lot of time and effort really. And I've also had to go through and re-update all of these bits of text individually, giving them the correct ID for the text that they should have. That's why this one still says FPS when it probably shouldn't. But yeah, I've also made it's all working now in build, which is great. And I've also made some progress with these drop downs. So these drop downs I've actually managed to get working, which is fantastic. Because previously, before the reimport, I did just now, these weren't working at all. But thankfully, I kept my code, and yeah, that's translated now. So I think the next steps are just going to be going through the entire game and fixing up any of these dynamically populated things, like these drop downs and this version number here, and fixing overlapping like this. So bit of a task ahead, but some really good progress.
Yeah, it's getting to 5 o'clock. Considering calling it a little bit early today, just because I kind of don't want to start a big task just as I finish the day. But yeah, a bit of progress on the Safari book. Everything's done, everything's ready to go. So all the achievements are working, and you can see there, test them all working great. All the posts are scheduled, so that's everything for the Friday. Just announced that the book's actually out. And the only thing left to do is for Rob to actually push the build out on Friday. So yeah, everything's done.
It's Thursday.
Thursday.
What are you doing today? What are you doing?
So it'll be pretty straightforward day for me. Just can get a good head start on hexceed DLC. I think it's Aita.
Yeah, Ita, I think, which is what, Latin for path?
Yeah.
You mentioned yesterday.
Yeah. But yeah, just literally building as many levels as possible, because there's no new mechanic this time. I'm still using the rotation mechanic, but just can make as many levels as I can. Wasn't doing that. I'm going to quickly fix one level in the Animal pack, because it doesn't have any rotation tiles. Alan said every map has one, so just add a couple of rotation tiles, make sure it still works alright. But yeah, just level building all day. What about you, the Rob? What are you doing?
My stuff. Yeah, so yesterday I managed to get the localization stuff working in build, which was a nightmare. But today I'm going to try and get a lot of the dynamically populated text bits working, which there's just a lot of them spread across the game, and it'll just be a bit of a faff. But I'm hoping to just sit down and just get most of it done today.
It's the afternoon now, so I've been hard at work with localization stuff. So a lot of the settings I've been sort of implementing. We've got this drop down where you can choose the language. By default, it'll go off your the system's language. So if you've got your Windows set to a different language, it'll just go off that. But if you want to change it just for the game, then you can. We'll probably swap this with flags, because if you don't speak the language, then it'll be difficult to work out which setting is the language setting. So might swap these for some flags. But it's all going well. I think there's still a couple of problems. Yeah, I've changed it to Japanese, so this seconds button has changed and things like that. Key rebinds, I'm still really confused on. I'm really unsure what we can do about this. It's the words like left arrow and like right button, middle button, things like that. That's clearly English. The keys are keys, so these will be fine maybe, but it's these more verbose words that I'm a bit confused on what to do with. But yeah, some really good progress there. Tooltips are working now as well. I did discover that we have actually forgotten a couple. There's a few bits of localization that I just forgot to do. So when you hover over these commendations, there's a little bit of text that explains what the commendation's for, but that's not localized, just something I forgot to do. There's a couple of bugs that I keep finding as well, particularly changing languages. They're difficult to replicate, but I'll get there. Good progress. Yeah, the community's been really good as well. These put together this spreadsheet just to let the community localize their native language if they want. So we've got already, you only put it out a couple of hours ago, but we've already got full Dutch and Finnish translations, and we've got Swedish now. We've got partial Swedish translation, and yeah, I've put these two ones in as well, so we've got those going. And if the community wants to add more, then we'll just happily add them. Why not, right? Yes, it's a bit later on now. I'm thinking about heading home. Just before I go, I just want to give you a quick update. So I've just been working more on getting these dynamically populated fields to work, and I'm getting there. So when we've got our world editor up, we've got all these fields to explain, basically describe the world, and we've got a couple of text fields, or we did have a couple of text fields, one for the title, which was here, and one for the description, which is correlates to this little description here if you don't own a DLC. So I've just been trying to get that working. It's a bit more complicated because there's an editor involved, which needs manually updating. Just this little window in general as well, because this is a countdown as well. The animal world is out, so it says out now. But if it's not out, like the upcoming ITA book, then it'll do a little countdown. It's just getting all that stuff working. Been a bit of a nightmare, so if I change language to something like that, that'll kind of work. We don't have descriptions translated yet, so that's a thing. But yeah, one thing that I'm noticing is I'm just still discovering new things that we need translated. So what I think I'm going to do tomorrow is basically sort that out. So I've got a lot of unfilled sections here, mainly world descriptions for worlds that aren't out yet, because we can't describe them if they're not out yet. But there are a couple of things that we've missed, so I'm going to have to sort all that out tomorrow and get those translated. It's quite annoying because that's going to hold up us releasing the localization update, but we're getting there. We're getting there. Before I go, the community's also been adding some more languages as well. So now we've started on Latin, which is really cool, and also Klingon has been completely translated. And we've been reading up on the legal stuff on that, and I think we're actually fine to use it. It's quite interesting read, because obviously it's a fictional language that was made up, but you can't copyright a language. And there's an argument to say that it's not even fictional anymore, it's just a real language. But so yeah, that's all translated into Klingon. Absolute mad lads.
Yeah, it's just got to 7 o'clock. I think we'll call it a day. Got about 10 levels done. It's not that many, but it's been a bit of slow progress. Other than that, I've went ahead and made a very rough plan. I got a child drawing on there using the mouse. Normally I would sort of draft up the way the world would look in game, but I was making changes with localization. He said not to touch it yet. So I've just done a quick draft, and yeah, ready to carry on with this tomorrow and get a lot more levels done. Morning, Rob!
Morning.
Friday!
Friday.
Yeah, it's Friday. Just had our stand-up. Going on what we're doing today. Should be pretty straightforward for both of us. More the same as yesterday, really, isn't it? So I'm going to be doing hexceed, more levels. YouTube's already live. It's 11 o'clock now. There's a giveaway that we'll be sorting out later on, but all that's very small tasks. Yeah, just level building, and then get ready for the DLC release tonight. For you, Rob?
Yeah, for me, they'll be continuing on with localization stuff. I think I got the bulk of it sorted yesterday, but there's a few gaps in the translation. So yeah, I'll be trying to get those organized and sent off for translation, and just playtesting to make sure it's all okay, I think.
There seems to be a lot more of them, and some of them are smaller, so I think they keep continuing to hatch. It's quite cool. I want to feed them, but I think I have to wait until Monday. Yeah, so it's the afternoon now. I've been taking it kind of slow today. It's just Friday, innit? I'm just a bit exhausted. But yeah, I've made another spreadsheet of all of the localization bits that we were missing. I think most of the game, like the in-game bits, are sorted. There's just a couple of extra things like hovering over the awards and stuff. But there's another thing that we forgot to localize as well, and that's actually Steam achievements. Yes, if you look at the achievements, all of this text as well needs localized. So I've sort of put a bit of a template in the Excel sheet to sort of give us enough information so that we can do it on our own. Because the achievement text for hexceed follow a sort of pattern. So it's just like milestone 1 through to 5, and then the descriptions are very similar. All we have to do is just swap out the world name, which is quite handy for us. But yeah, I've added this to the spreadsheet, and I've also gone through and tried to describe as best as I can what each of these definitions mean as well. I've also redone the store page descriptions for the soundtrack as well, because I accidentally set these fields for the Color and Pixel soundtrack by accident, which is a bit silly of me. But now we're getting the hexceed one translated, which should be good, and I think once we get all this back, we should be good to go for making it live, but that'll be next week now.
So you see here, this is the new world that I've laid out. It's called Path, or ITA, which is Latin for path. So the idea is split up to 2 different paths. We're going to take both eventually to get all the milestones. Yeah, it's just changing it a bit, keeping some sort of semblance of shape, as well as just, again, making it a bit unique. You see here, the green tiles is what's already been assigned to a level. So I've made 20 levels so far, all large. And the plan is to have the direct paths, or the quickest route through these to each star would be these larger levels. I'm going to fill in the side ones with smaller levels.
It's the end of the week. It's a weekend.
Yeah, weekend.
The sun
Yeah.
is in my eyes, as you can tell. I've got this window now. But yeah, it's been a good week, hasn't it?
Yeah.
So yeah, so we've got the Safari book for Colouring Pixels, good to go. We finished that off, and we'll be releasing that later tonight.
Mhm.
Yeah, other than that, we made great strides with localization. The game is probably like 95% there. There's just a couple of things that that we're waiting on the translation company to get back to us with, but it's mainly there. It should be an easy job to put that in.
Yeah.
So yeah, looking forward to that. The game's in Klingon now. We had a lot of help from the community, so we were planning to originally translate it into 10 different languages, not including English. And then the community has got together and they've translated another 2 for us, which has been absolutely great. So,
Yeah. 3 if you can't Klingon.
yeah, 3 if you count Klingon, yeah. Yes, it's been amazing from them, really. We didn't expect the kind of response that we got.
Yeah, honestly, they kind of put in there Porsche as a joke because someone suggested Latin. Like, yeah, okay, here you go, knock yourself out. And then everyone jumped in and started providing work with the language. We got, I think, Swedish halfway through as well. It's not finished, so we can't use it yet, but just the fact that people are willing to put in the time and effort to do that for us is outstanding, really.
Good on them. But yeah, other than that, we've got a good head start on the next DLC for hexceed as well, haven't we?
Yeah. So I've been doing it today and yesterday, just making levels. Finally got the plant sorted as well, which more than just the rough child's drawing that I done yesterday. Got the world layout sorted and all the level counts ready. So know where I'm going for the rest of it. Should be alright. Yeah. So obviously Safari book's come out today for us. Be last week for you guys. Check that out. Link will be there. It's a pretty good one. Quite with it. And as always, just a big thank you to the patrons, but also this week again, thank you to the people in the Discord who jumped in to help with the transitions, because that's a massive help and something we're possibly considering for Colouring Pickles if people are willing. Could save us a lot of hassle if we can get
Colouring Pixels is going to cost a lot to localize, so any help would be appreciated with that one.